Hi everyone, this is Amy and welcome back to my channel. Today we're making spam and egg buns with things I have in the house. I have bread flour, spam, and eggs. First we need a rice base, so to a small pot we're adding 70 milliliters of water and 12 grams of bread flour. Mix that up over low heat until it forms a paste, which happens quickly, so keep an eye on that. Let that cool a little bit while we work on the rest of our bread. We have 185 grams of bread flour. We're going to add 3 grams of salt to one side, 15 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of yeast to the other side so the salt doesn't kill the yeast. Adding in 60 milliliters of milk and 30 grams of eggs. Just use the rest of that egg for egg wash. I do have the measurements in cups and tablespoons in the description box below. Start mixing that together, and once it starts to come together, we can add in all of our rice paste, and we're going to mix until this forms a shaggy dough. Your hands are your best friend. Clean hands please. Tip this out on the workbench and trust the process and bring this together. Once it comes together, we're going to go ahead and add in 10 grams of room temperature butter. We're just fortifying this dough with extra goodness. This is going to be a very sticky dough, so just be aware of that. Once all of the butter is in, put it back in the bowl, cover this up with saran wrap, let this rise for 45 minutes in a warm place. We need to crack 2 large eggs please. If any shell drops in, use the shell itself to pull it out. It's the easiest way to remove eggshell. We're going to make a barbecue sauce for our spam as well, so to a small bowl, half tablespoon of maple syrup, half tablespoon of soy sauce, half of a teaspoon of rice wine vinegar, as well as a half of a teaspoon of sesame oil, and last but not least, 1 tablespoon of gochujang. Mix that together until everything is smooth. We're going to plop out our spam. If you don't like spam, we can't be friends. It's actually quite delicious. We're going to cut 3 even pieces. Over on the stove, we are going to make a rolled omelet, which I've done before. I have a whole video on this, so I'm not going to film the whole process, but just a thin layer. Once that sets, go in and start rolling. The first layer is always going to look awful, much like when you make pancakes. The first pancake always looks ugly, but there are many layers to this, so don't worry, it'll be covered up. No one will know how ugly it is underneath. So roll, push back, add a little bit more oil to your pan, another thin layer of egg, lifting up the cooked egg already to make sure the uncooked egg goes underneath. Continue to roll this and do this until all of your eggs are used up. Then we can set that aside and let that cool down. I'm using the same pan just to toast up the spam just slightly on both sides before brushing with our barbecue sauce on both sides of the spam as well. We're going to section the egg into 3 pieces to make our life easier a little later. Back to our bread. We're going to take this out, punch down any air if there is any in there, and section into 3 little sections, cover, and let rest for 10 minutes. This is a lot of resting. After 10 minutes, we're going to work 1 section at a time. Really flour your bench and your pin because this is a sticky dough. We're just going to roll this out into a rough rectangle. Also, you should be preheating your oven to 350. Then we are going to layer on our egg and our spam, fold this up, sealing all the edges, and resting this seam side down on parchment lined baking sheet for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, we're going to go ahead and brush with an egg wash, sprinkle a little flaky salt and sesame seeds before baking for 15 to 20 minutes or until golden brown, flaky, and delicious. Salt goes on, sesame seeds go on, just adds a nice little nuttiness to the top and a salty crunch. Once they're baked, pull them out and let them cool down slightly. These look a little paler than they actually were in real life. Let's see a cross section here. That looks beautiful, steamy, and gorgeous. Now let's go ahead and give this a taste. The bread is soft. The spam is salty. You've got that gorgeous barbecue sauce on the outside, which is a little sweet. Egg just is beautiful, fluffy, and these are so fun to make and so absolutely delicious. But there they are, spam and egg buns. I hope you all try to make this in your home. Thank you so much for spending time with me once again today. I appreciate every single one of you. If you like this video, give it a like. If you loved it, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell if you haven't already, because I put out new videos every Thursday. Thank you so much again, and until next time, happy cooking.